Hey there, thank you for joining me for today's practice. My name is Paula. So today is a whole body flow. It's not super long, but can be done anytime. Lovely in the morning just to get everything moving. So make sure you're nice and comfortable and let's make a start. Just starting at the end of your mat, we're just going to bring the right leg in front of the left and placing the hands onto the legs. Closing down the eyes when you feel ready. Starting to find the breath. Notice your sitting bones pressing down onto the mat. Gently lengthening up through the sides of the body. And let's start to slow down the inhale and slow down the exhale. This last couple of moments here in stillness. And then let's blink open the eyes. Take the hands back behind you, about not too far from the hips, but palms facing down. And then starting to open up through the collarbones, lifting up through the sternum. And maybe you want to stay here, but if it feels available, we're going to lift the hips up as well. Really starting to engage the backs of the legs. Trying to lift up through the sternum. You can just continue to look down through down the front of the body. If it feels available and you want to drop your head back, then feeling free to do that. On the next in-breath, bringing the head back up and then dropping the hips down. Coming back up to center. And let's swap the legs around. So we're going to bring the left leg in front. And same thing, let's bring those hands back. Just about a hand distance behind the hips, palms facing down, fingers pointing forward, starting to just press down into the hands to lift the sternum up, draw the collarbones long. And then on the next in-breath, lifting the hips up and either staying here, looking down the body or letting the head drop back. Just see what feels good for you. Open breathing. And then if you've got your head drop back on the next inhale, bring the head back up and then everyone lowering down your hips, coming back over the hips and then shifting forward into all fours and then sitting back towards the heels. Knees and heels slightly apart in this child's pose variation, pressing down through the palms of the hands. Taking an inhale. As you exhale, let's C-curve the spine into all fours and then let the hips roll forward, draw the shoulder heads back, inhaling and then exhale, press the hips back. Taking an inhale in your child's pose and then exhale to C-curve through all fours. Inhaling at the top, maybe bending at the knees, drawing the shoulder heads back. You might even want to lift the eyes and then exhale, shins down, sitting back. Inhale to hold, exhale to C-curve. Inhaling into this soft up dog, maybe bending into the legs, lift the eyes, and then exhaling back. One more time, inhaling here, exhale, C-curve. Inhaling, lifting the feet off as an option, lifting the eyes, and then exhaling back. Inhale forward once again. Let's bring the knees together, wrists a little bit further forward of the shoulders and just setting up for some tricep push-ups. We'll only do 4, gazing towards the top edge of the mat, taking an inhale. As you exhale, press the elbows straight back and inhale to press it up. Exhale, elbows straight back, inhale to press it up. And again, inhale, lower, exhale, press back. Last one, inhale to lower. Exhale, press back. Sit back into your child's pose. Feel free to open the knees out. We'll just take a breath here. Taking one more inhale. As you exhale, C-curve through the spine, coming into your soft up dog, separating the feet so they're hip distance apart. Taking an inhale as you exhale, turning to look over towards that right foot. Inhale, center. Exhale, looking over towards the left foot. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. And coming back through center, sitting back towards the heels, tucking the toes under, coming into your down facing dog. Spreading into the fingers, trying to press into the knuckles of the hands. Steady the gaze in between the feet. Let's take an inhale to rise up onto the balls of the feet, and then exhale to lower. Inhale to rise, exhale to lower. And again, inhale, rise, exhale, lower. One more, inhale to rise, exhale, lower. Rising up into the balls of the feet, taking the right leg up into your three-legged dog, taking an inhale. As you exhale, bring the knee in towards the chest, little hold, and then inhale, press the leg back into your three-legged dog, and then exhale, knee into the chest, and extend the right leg out to the side, as if you're about to go into your fallen triangle, but we're going to hold it here just for a couple of breaths, not too long. Keep that right foot flexed. Sternum keep reaching forward. And then on the next in-breath, bring the right knee in, take the leg back to your three-legged dog, inhale, and then exhale, stepping it forward in between the hands, coming down to that left knee, release the top of the left foot down, and then extending the arms up into your low lunge, reaching up through those arms, taking an inhale. As you exhale, let's interlace the hands at the base of the head, cradling the back of the head, hugging those elbows slightly in, letting the head lean back, but lengthening up through the back of the neck. As you exhale, maybe there's a bit more space to shift the hips further forward, dropping the tailbone down as you lift the sternum up. Taking one more inhale, and then as you exhale, let's release the hands down to frame the front foot for a moment, kickstand this left foot back, coming up to face the side of the mat. Bring the right foot a little bit further forward in line with that left knee. Take the arms out to the side, inhaling. Exhale, right forearm down, left arm up and over. Drop that right shoulder away from the right ear, so we're not dropping into the right arm. Opening up through that left side body. On the next in-breath, coming back upright, placing that left hand down, extending the right foot away so you can press down through the outside edge of that right foot. Right arm comes up and over, looking past the top arm towards the ceiling. And then let's take an inhale. Come back upright, place the hands down, and then open this right foot out a little bit further to the side. You might be able to open up this left knee a little bit. We're just coming into a half frog. You can stay on your hands or come down onto the forearms. Press down through the outer edge of the right foot. Find the breath. Trying to release the hips down towards the mat. One more full breath here. And then coming back up on to the hands, starting to bring the legs a little bit close together, rotate to face the front of the mat, tuck the back toes under, stepping back into your down facing dog. Let's take a couple of breaths in our down facing dog. Sealing down through the hands. As you exhale, allowing the chest to come a little bit close towards the legs. Long, smooth breaths. Rising up onto the balls of the feet. Take that left leg up to your three-legged dog. Take an inhale. Exhale, left knee comes in towards the chest. Little hold. Inhale, take it back to your three-legged dog. Exhale, knee in. Extend it out to the side, flexing through the left foot. And both hands stay planted down. So chest keeps reaching forward. Crown of the head reaches forward. Keep breathing. And then let's bring that left knee in, take it back into your three-legged dog, inhale, and then exhale, step it forward. In between the hands, drop down to the right knee, release the top of the right foot down, taking the arms up, inhaling, and then exhale, interlace the hands at the base of the head, cradling the head, hugging those elbows slightly in, muscles at the base of the neck drop away from the ears, and maybe you've got some space to come forward with the hips. Tailbone dropping down as the sternum lifts up. Eyes can lift up too. Find the breath. Taking one more inhale. And then exhale. Releasing the hands down. Kickstand this right leg behind you. Bring this left foot a little bit closer and in line with the right knee. Take the arms out to the side, inhaling, exhale, left forearm down, right arm comes up and over. Eyes looking up towards the ceiling if you can. Left knee pressing back. I'm going to line up with that left ankle. And then on the next in-breath, coming back upright, taking that right hand down, extending this left foot away, pressing down through the outside edge of that left foot, left arm coming up and over, eyes looking towards the ceiling. Opening out through that left side body, just feeling that line of energy from the outer edge of the left foot all the way out through the left fingertips. On the next inhale, coming back upright, bringing the hands down, starting to walk this left foot out and the right knee out, setting up for your half frog here, pressing down through the outside edge of that left foot and then coming down onto the forearms if that's available. Just using your breathing to meet the rising sensations in this posture. A very strong posture for most of us. So good for opening up the hips, the inner thighs, and often be really good for relieving lower back pain as well. And then on the next inhale, let's come back up onto the hands, walk that left foot in a little bit, and then rotate to face the front of the mat, tuck the back toes under, and stepping back into your down facing dog. Take a breath in your down dog here. Come down to the knees, knees underneath the hips, and rising up. Option here to keep the toes tucked under for your camel. So if that feels better for you, then feel free to just go for that. If it's available and you want to keep the tops of the feet down, then keeping the tops of the feet down. Hands onto the back of the pelvis and just using the hands to shift the hips forward, elbows dropping in, chest is starting to lift. And when you feel ready, you can reach down, taking the right hand onto the right heel, so thumb on the outside, fingers on the inside, and same thing with the left. Thumb on the outside, fingers on the inside, lifting the sternum, letting the head drop back. Keep pressing the hips forward, pressing down through the tops of the feet, sternum lifts. 2 more full breaths. To come out, bring the hands onto the back, lift the head up, coming all the way back upright, and then sitting down. Bring the knees together, feet together. Find your Japanese seat Cupping the left hand into the right, tips of the thumbs lightly touching, closing the eyes. Using your breathing to just stay with the reverberations from Ustrasana or camel. Just allowing each exhale to gently slow down again. And then when you're ready, let's open up the eyes and just open the knees out a little bit wider. And we're just going to come forward into our child's pose for a few breaths. Still lengthen out through the back. You could be active through the arms, or you could just rest one hand on top of the other, forehead down. Taking the breath into the lower back. Just continuing to encourage the breathing to slow right down now. And then on the next inhale, starting to walk the hands back up, bringing the legs together so you can sit over to one side and coming into a cross-legged position, and we'll have the right leg in front of the left. And so what we're going to go for here is either over crossing the legs a little bit, so you want to have a bit more of a box shape with your legs, or if it's available, you might come into your double pigeon. So trying to stack shin bone to shin bone and trying to flex both feet, trying not to overextend into the outer right ankle. We'll just take a couple of breaths, just lifting up out of the waist. You could pop a little bit of support underneath if there's heaps of space. There's a little bit of space here for me, but it doesn't feel too bad. But if you've got any sharpness in your knee, then please either come a little bit out or pop some support under here. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, starting to hinge forward from the hips, bring the hands down. And you might be able to come a little bit further forward, just coming down to where you can. Relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. Sitting bones keep pressing back down as you lengthen out through both sides of the waist. Noticing if there's any space that's starting to open up. Last couple of breaths here. And then inhaling to walk the hands back up. And taking the legs out long, just give them a little bit of a shake. And then we'll swap it around. So right leg down, either left leg in front, trying to overcross a little bit, or stacking the left foot on top of the right. And we're trying to take that right shin a little bit further out as well. So we're really stacking shin bone to shin bone as much as we can. Both feet flex, hands down by your side for a moment, lengthening out through both sides of the waist. Finding the breath. When you're ready, you're starting to hinge forward from the hips, bringing the hands down in front of the legs. And this might be plenty for you, or if it's available and you would like to keep walking your hands forward, then going forward. Using your breathing to meet the rising sensation in the body. Noticing if there's any space that starts to open up as we continue to stay here. Last couple of breaths. Starting to walk your hands back up when you're ready. Extending the legs out long, give them a little bit of a wriggle out. And then making your way down onto your back, making sure you're warm enough, feel comfortable for your Shavasana. And once you're lying down on your back, letting the feet fall away from one another, arms away from the body, palms facing up. And let's take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And once again, deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Just allowing the breathing to settle back into its natural rhythm. Surrendering the weight of the whole body, allowing yourself to rest here for the next few minutes. Please feel free to stay resting here for as long as you would like to. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.